Whew, it's like 5:30 in the morning. Jess and I are out for a morning photo shoot again. This time we're shooting the Chery Blossoms in an Amsterdam park forest. I think it's called a forest. Funny story, I lived in Washington, D.C. for years, famous for the cherry blossoms, have never gone out and actually photographed them, so it's taken me to get all the way across the world, and Jess to get me out of bed to go photograph them. So we've got about a 15-minute walk. It's dark, which is why I stopped under a light, because I only brought the GoPro, and as you can see right now, the GoPro still sucks in the middle of the night. We're chasing the sun. So we're walking quick, and we want to get set up so that we can hopefully get some bangers today before we both have to get back to work. This is gorgeous. This is amazing. I've never been here before. I've been to Amsterdam, the Boss, but I've never been to this part of it. And it is gorgeous. I'm actually kind of taken away by the view here. I didn't know what to expect. See, in DC, the cherry blossoms go around like a tidal pool and a reservoir. Here, it's like this whole section, and it's simply breathtaking. We're gonna start getting set up. The sun is starting to come up. We're getting some pink skies, and it's starting to look really, really awesome. We wanna try to get as many shots in as we can before people start coming through on a regular. I would imagine that we'll see a lot of runners here in the morning. I know that if I lived closer, I would be running through here in the morning. We got one other person that's already here, but let me get set up and see how I'm gonna photograph this. Today is a perfect example of I brought all of the wrong gear with me. I brought the GoPro, which was, I don't know what I was thinking, it's terrible in the low light. I grabbed the Leica when I ran out of the house this morning because I didn't want to go through my full camera gear and just break out what I thought I needed. Fortunately, I also brought a tripod because I am definitely going to have to drag the shutter a little bit to get the shots that I wanted. In hindsight, I should have brought the wide angle lens and the full frame Sony, but I'll make do with what I've got. It's still better than the iPhone. So sun's starting to come up, skies are getting orange. I am going to dig out the tripod, which is also the first time that I'm ever using this tripod. So great to practice on actual shoot, but that's life. I'm going to put this camera down so I can pick this camera up and start making some photos. So if you follow me, you know that this is not the type of photography that I normally do. I'm a city photographer, I'm a street photographer. I like to be out in the city and capturing people living in the city. I'm here because Jess asked me to come and brought it up, and man, am I glad I came. This is breathtaking. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful. A lot of other photographers are showing up now, so we're sharing the space, but everybody is being super respectful of trying to stay out of everybody's shot. Sun's coming up quick. We're hoping to get some fog burn off as soon as the sun starts to hit the grass, but the photos so far are really coming out pretty banger. I can't wait to get home and add this to the queue of all the photos that I have to catch up on editing. But I'm putting this down. I'm going to try to capture a few more frames before I move to the other side. Well worth getting up at 5:15 this morning. Making the most of it. The camera's obviously functioning great because it always functions great. I do wish I had a little bit more of a wide angle lens, but that doesn't mean that I can't come back. It's like a 15-minute drive from my house to get here. It's like a 30-minute walk. So I might come back later, but we're gonna work around now. There's some fog burning off of a river over here. I'm gonna try to go capture some of that. Jess is having a field day. She is out there trying to get all of the angles and really enjoying herself, and I'm really grateful that that she invited me and brought this up, because there was no way I was going to do this on my own. I've still got a little bit of good light left, so back to shooting. Found my people photography, so I get to do a little bit of street photography while being out here in the middle of the forest, capturing people in and enjoying it. But this place is starting to get really packed. I'm glad we got here as early as we did, so we were able to get some of the shots in before we have to worry about editing everything out. I think now it's going to be a lot more detail stuff, like catching the branches and the blossoms and the sun hitting them. Going to try to get a few more shots before getting back in the car and getting home, so that we can start work. So let's get back at it. It has gotten really crowded here, so Jess is using the environment to her advantage, and now focusing more on doing some, I wouldn't call it macro photography, but a little bit more close-up of the blossoms in the environment and stuff like that. I'm not shooting that. Like I said, I only brought the Leica, which is a fixed lens. I have to get really close to make those shots work well, and I honestly just don't feel like putting the effort in to do that. So we are wandering around now, and for the most part, the banger shots are done with. We've gotten what we're going to get for the day. Now it's just try to make the most of our time here. It's cold. I did not dress properly either. My fingers are frozen, my toes are cold. I don't know what I was thinking this morning, but obviously I was not thinking clearly. But I'm gonna go wander around, see if I can make some more photos before we hit the road and head back into town. Ooh, the sun is finally poking through the trees and the canopy and stuff like that, and we're getting some really great oranges coming through. But it is also packed now, and that's to be expected. This is just a simply gorgeous, beautiful space, but there are people and photographers and tourists everywhere. It's really awesome to see people out and enjoying it. But we've got, I mean, I'm for the most part done. I, for the most part, got the shots that I wanted to get, and then I kind of shut off. But Jess is in there, and she is loving it, and she's having a blast, and she is getting some banger shots. So I'm just going to wait it a little bit longer. Probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes, we'll lose all the good light, and then it'll be off to get some coffee. I mean, to each their own, but that is crowded, and for the most part, everybody's getting the exact same shot. I love the fact that there's so many people out here and exploring photography and enjoying nature and enjoying all this stuff, but taking the same photo as everybody else is just not my jam. I'm sure a lot of those photos are going to turn out amazing. The light is gorgeous, but photography for me has always been kind of solitude and being out by myself and enjoying the surroundings, not necessarily being packed up next to each other like a pool photographer at the Capitol hearings. But hey, I can't wait to see everybody's Instagram and see what they come out with. But look at that light poking through over there. Oh my God, it is gorgeous. The light is just gorgeous right now. I know I said earlier that I got all the shots that I wanted today, but that was before I saw this. And I mean, look at that. I'm going to keep shooting. I'm going to run it until the batteries are dry and see what we come out with. Okay, that is a wrap. We got all the photos that we wanted. It got really crowded, but it was well worth getting up at 5:15 in the morning and driving down here, because it was breathtaking and beautiful, and something I probably would have never done on my own. So thank you, Jess, for getting my ass out of bed early. Now I have to find coffee and get ready. I think I've got a 9 a.m. meeting today. Not sure. We'll figure it out later. So until next time, thanks.